Hey everyone, JustinDow did a video the other day about what people call their pliers. So this is kind of in response to that. One of the things he talked about were these type. Some people call them water pump pliers. Some people call them channel locks. I just call them slip-jawed pliers. That's what these are. And these ones in particular are a gear wrench. Good pliers, they have nice sharp teeth, love these. I did a review on them, you can look through my videos and if you want to find out anything about gear wrench pliers. So those are slip jaws. These are also, these two, these are Madworkx Cobras and these are Madworkx plier wrench. I don't know if anybody else makes a plier wrench. Maybe you guys can answer that for me. With the smooth jaws. Super handy. Love these. And again, the Madworkx Cobra, I just call them slip joint. Some people call them channel lock. Some people call them water pump pliers. I personally call them slip joint pliers. These. Some call them side cutters. Some call them dikes. Some call them wire cutters. I call them side cutters. Obviously because they cut to one side. They flush on one side and not on the other. So I call them side cutters. These are linesman pliers. Not all of them have the circular bit in there, but they do. So I just call them linesman pliers. I don't know if there is another name for them. Some people call them flat build pliers. I call them linesman pliers. I'll put those aside for now. These are just ordinary little flush cut pliers. They're just little snips. Very handy, especially for wire ties. If you do anything with wire ties, please get yourself a pair of these and snip them off. Or splurge and get one of these. It pulls the cable tight and you hit this and it nips them off flush. Well worth the money. Get some of those. One of the ones I forgot to bring out here were just a pair of, these are just regular pliers. You know, ordinary everyday pliers. I don't know what you call these. They're slip joint too, but I don't know. I just call these plain old pliers. These needle nose vice grips, obviously. Needle nose vice grips, and these are, I call them regular vice grips, even though these aren't vice grip brand. If you look and see, they're Mastercraft. I have some vice grip brand. I generally don't use them. I don't like to round bolts off. I use them for bolts that are already rounded, or I use them for welding clamps. So I tend not to use the expensive vice grips. Some call them locking pliers. I don't know. To me, it's like Kleenex and Q-tips. That's a brand name, but it's just become the generically acceptable term for them. Nobody says, hand me a cotton swab. They're Q-tips. Those. What else was there? Oh, of course, needle nose. I don't know if there is another name for those. Everybody calls them needle nose. I don't know. Pointy pliers. Maybe your wife calls them that. My question for you guys, though, is what do you call these? These cutters. Great for removing screws out of tires when you're doing tire repairs. Nipping tile. Some people, I've heard them called nippers. Bull nose cutters. What do you call them? I don't really have a name for them. I don't know. I just use them. I don't know what they're called. But that's about it. That was my little, that's what I call the pliers. I call the water pump or slip joint pliers. I call them slip joint pliers, not channel locks. Side cutters, linesman pliers, just plain old pliers, flush cut, needle nose, vice grips, zip tie pliers, zip tie cutter, puller, whatever you want, a zip tie tool, and whatever these are. I don't know. Yeah, that's about it. Having my tropical drink here. It's just lemonade. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Not that I don't want to, but medication reasons I can't, I mentioned before. I found this thing. I've had this for, geez, it's got to be 30 years now. And I was just looking at it tonight, like it's in my drawer. I use it all the time whenever you have lots of screws and you don't have your screw gun handy. It's a ratcheting screwdriver. I don't know what brand it is. It has no markings on it whatsoever other than a US patent number, which I might Google later. US patent number 5878637. But it's like I said, I've had it for 30 years. It's awesome. It has a little light in the end. See? Used to have two. One of them burnt out. Just takes 2 AAA batteries. These batteries have been in here probably about 3 or 4 years. It also has a magnetic pickup tool, which also doubles as the magnet to hold your bits in place. So yeah, I also have a Snap-on ratcheting driver that I love, but I've had this for so long, it's the one I grab. There's a little bit storage in the end of it, you know, let's see, there. So yeah, just a cheap little screwdriver. But anyway, that's it. So hope you guys all had a good weekend. Back to work tomorrow. Oh, one more thing before I go. Hold on here. Sorry about this. Air hose. And air on. One of my viewers, Madworkx, was asking about the little belt sander I just bought. I want to know what it sounded like. There it is, hooked up. Sounds a bit like an air ratchet. What do I have? I can run it on for you. I'll do it off the camera here, you'll hear it. Really good, 3/8 band. But that's how it sounds, Madworkx. And I will be doing a new toolbox tour. Yeah, if I don't knock my camera off here. New toolbox tour probably in the coming week. I've been changing things around and moving things around, and I have some ideas for things. So once I get everything squared away, I will be doing a new toolbox tour. So thanks for watching. Have a great night and have a great week.